So today I'm concentrating more on the back, especially that lower back area and the hips. Everybody's complaining about the tight hips, and we all have little issues with the back. So, because we sit a lot in the daytime, lots of stuff with me with my hairdressing, my back kills me sometimes. So it's nice to focus on these particular areas from time to time. So thank you for suggesting it. So we're going to begin today lying on our back. So if you need to have softness under those hips or buttocks, use a little folded blanket or maybe a cushion. If you need something behind the head, go ahead and just fix up yourself. Get what you need to make yourself very comfortable today. So I'll give you a moment to get there. So you want to find your comfortable lying down position. Just treat yourself to a little stretch, nothing dynamic, nothing too grand, just a little stretch. And then find that comfortable spot, a little sweet spot for you, resting on your back. So just notice the earth underneath supporting you, and just know that you can relax and melt down on that support. If you need something to put behind your head, go ahead and put something there, nothing too high. You want to make sure that your chin is slightly down towards your sternum, very slightly. Keep the neck nice and long and soft. Shoulders away from the ears, and you may softly close your eyes now. Just noticing once again your body on that support, where your body meets that support. Texture underneath you. The texture of the clothes on your skin. Notice your surroundings, all happening here in the present moment. Let us begin our yogic breath now, because you know that the breath is the most important part here. So let us begin now to deliberately draw that oxygen in through both nostrils and gently fill your lungs up. So with your eyes closed, there are no distractions. You can really get into the feeling of that nourishing air, that oxygen coming in through the nostrils. And fill your lungs up now, all the way up to that sternum. And then exhale from the sternum down to your belly button. It's a nice, smooth breath. Long, smooth breath in and out. And if it feels better for you to bend your knees, you may go ahead and bend your knees, taking a little pressure off your back. Nice, soft, slow breath in through the nose and out through the nose. This is a breath that you would like to maintain for your entire class today. And remember to do what feels right for you. Everybody, just do what feels right for you. So I invite you now on the next breath to draw your feet in, bend your knees, place the soles of the feet on the mat. Take a big breath again, and as you exhale, you're going to roll that pubic bone up gently, slow, soft movement, rolling the pubic bone up towards that belly button. And then inhale, just gently roll it away from the belly button. Again, it's a nice, slow, soft movement, so please go ahead at your own pace and your own time and in your own way, drawing that pubic bone up towards the belly button. And then breathing it away from the belly button. And just notice what's happening here. As the pubic bone comes to the belly button, sacrum presses it down a little bit into the mat. And as you roll it away, notice that slight arch in your back. Exhale, roll in, and inhale, roll away. Let's do a few more of these, just at your own time and your own pace. Making sure that you're using the breath. We're coordinating breath with movement here. then coming back to center now. So step your feet out towards the edges of your mat and bring your inner knees to touch. So let the knees touch and the feet splay open to the sides. Take your arms overhead, bend your elbows and just take the arms behind your back, a little bit behind your back, by above the shoulders a bit. And just relax here for a moment. Let's continue with that breath work. Inhaling, filling your lungs up with that beautiful oxygen, that nourishing, that life force, that air that comes into you. And then the air that served you, but you no longer need it, just breathe it out. Exhale all the way down to behind that belly button so that you can fill your lungs up once again with that nourishing oxygen, that air, that life force. Sprinkling your soft sounding sighs when you need them. Keeping that breath going. Just try to relax. Let go your day. Let go trying to get everything right. Just do what you can today on your mat. This might be a great time for you to set your intention for your class today. Where are you on your mat right now? What would you like to get out of your class today? So you can set that intention. Good. And then just release the hands behind your back, try to set a stretch. Just hold one wrist and just draw that side of your body up a little bit, like a very, very slight twist over to one side as you draw the other side up. And then change, hold the other hand and just pull that other side up. Slight, very slight bend into the opposite side. Coming back to center, bring the arms up. You're going to spread those fingers nice and wide. And let's make some circles to get into the wrist now. So drawing those circles with the fist to get into your wrist, and then we're going to reverse that circle. And then slowly bring the arms back down, right beside your body. You're going to walk your feet in towards each other. Take your right leg and cross it over on top of that left thigh. Take your hands, both hands, to the soft part of your right thigh and just gently push it to whatever is in front of you there. Just gently push it out and use your breath again. Inhaling deeply and exhaling fully. Okay. Releasing the arms out to the side, you're going to slide all the way over to your left side, putting the sole of the right foot down on the mat, and release that left thigh as far down as you can get it. You can take your left hand and hold that right ankle. If you'd like to do that, you can do that. And then take a very slight twist over towards your right side. Soft breath in and out. Breathe in into those tight little areas, any discomfort you're having. Just imagine that that healing oxygen is going right into that area, that spot. Try to relax the rest of your body. Let go and release. Okay, releasing your left hand if it's on the right ankle. Keep the cross in the legs and use your core to help you to come back up to center. Good. Come right back onto your spine, straight onto the spine. And then you're going to take both thighs up towards the chest, putting your right hand through the little triangle you formed, and just hold the left thigh. Flex both feet and gently, do not pull all the way into the chest today. Just a gentle pull in of that left thigh towards the chest, and take your right arm and press that right thigh out to the front of the room. Flexing both feet, relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and notice and feel here. Breathe in, breathe out. Let us straighten that left leg up towards the ceiling. Just see how that feels. And if you want to just slip your hands up towards the back of the knee or your calf. So we're just doing a little experimentation of this here. So stretching, flex that left foot like you want to touch the ceiling, and just go into the base of the spine there, into that sacrum area, into the hips, and just send some healing oxygen in those areas as we breathe in and breathe out. And then slowly bend back your left knee. Good. And then you're going to gently and carefully release that right leg off the left one and take both thighs gently to the chest. So you're not going to yank those thighs all the way down to the chest today. Just a very gentle pull down of the thighs towards that chest. And let us prepare for the other side. So come back onto the feet. Now you're crossing the left on top of the right. Arms out to the side, and then slip over now towards that right side. So the sole of the left foot is on your mat, left knee pointing up, and then adjust the right thigh on your mat now. Now you're going to take a very gentle quarter twist over towards that left side. Relax those shoulders, close your eyes. And I know that some of you are holding a little tension somewhere. I know that. So I'm inviting you now to breathe into every cell, every joint, everywhere in your body. Breathe and just melt that body down to the mat. Don't think about anything else. Just think about melting down, just releasing all that tension. Oh, yes, see? As I breathe, I'm releasing a little bit more. Look at that. Wow. Inhale. Exhale. The hip is reaching the floor a little better now. Much more comfortable when we just let go and release. Let's turn the nose up to the ceiling. Keeping the cross in the ankle. You're going to slowly and carefully come back up to center. Straighten up your spine. Make sure you're lying right down on that spine. And then we're going to take the two thighs up towards the chest. Put your left hand in through that little triangle you found in front of you there. Flex both feet and just gently a little tiny pull in of that right thigh to the chest. Your left hand can just push that left thigh out a bit. Go into your edge of comfort here. And in this pose, you don't want to lean into one side more than the other. So just try to get straight onto your back, right onto that, from the base of the spine, right up to that neck. Shoulders down. Just breathe, relax, and release. And now we're going to straighten that right foot up. And if you choose not to straighten it, maybe you have straightened it and something doesn't feel right, please bend it back. Remember, these are your classes, your poses, your body, your needs. Okay, so if you've experimented with this and it's not working for you, bend your knee back or just simply come out of the pose and wait for us. So you're flexing that right foot, you're breathing, you're opening the base of the spine there, the sacrum, inhaling, exhaling. Okay, and then slowly bend your right knee, going back to center, and release the left one off the right. A little tiny hug of those thighs in towards the chest, and release the feet. Take a breath so your soles of the feet are on the mat, knees pointing up. Lying there, chin slightly down, shoulders relaxed. Breathe in and out. Okay, getting ready for a little bit of a bridge pose here. So we want to keep the spine nice and straight. We're not rolling anything today. We're going to just lift the buttocks and spine straight up towards the ceiling. Relax those shoulders. Press into the feet. You may walk your heels a little closer to the buttocks. And remember that if you're having hand problems, wrist tightness also, you can do this one, all right? So let's go. We're going to take a breath in, and as you exhale, we're going to just lift that buttocks and spine off the mat, just coming halfway up, not a full bridge, not the full expression, and then slowly lower yourself back down, all the way back down. Good. Again, pressing down, lifting up, buttocks and spine together off that mat, just lifting the hips slightly up, and lower back down, one movement. Let's go again, lift up, press down, lift up. Go into your edge of comfort as we say in yoga, and roll, not roll, sorry. It's a habit of saying roll down. Just go all the way down. Let's do one more as we lift up. And this time I'm going to invite you to stay there. You don't have to go too high with those hips today. Just draw the knees out in front of you. You want to keep that spine really long. We want to keep the thighs nice and long. So from here, you're going to push those knees out to the front of the room. Drop the chin slightly down. Breathe in, breathe out. Now take your right thigh up towards the chest. Try not to move anywhere else in the body. Just the thigh coming up, the knees bent. Draw that thigh into the chest and pull that left knee further out. And notice the feeling here, the sensations. Notice what muscles we're using here, what is happening. And then slowly and carefully release that right foot to the mat. And then we're going to go to the left one now. So if you want to come down and take a rest, in fact, maybe we should do that. Everybody just come all the way down, take a breath. And let's come back up into the bridge. So lifting buttocks and spine up, pressing the shoulders and hands and feet down into the mat. We're going to take the left one up now. Left thigh comes into the chest. Take it as far down as you can, and then draw that right knee out a little bit further. And feel and notice. Breathe. Try to pull that left thigh in, drawing that right knee out. Slowly release that left foot back to the mat. Remember, the spine is nice and straight. And then we're releasing everything back to the mat. Very good. Drawing those thighs back into the chest. Put a palm on top of each knee. And we're going to draw some circles with those knees. So today, this is all about just getting into our body, releasing all the tightness, and let's reverse those circles. Just paying attention to everything that you're doing here. What is the body feeling? What can you release? Good. And then release the feet back to the mat. Okay. Now we can draw the thighs into the chest and do some spinal rocking. Very good for the spine. If you're not into spinal rocking, roll onto your side and just sit right up and just wait for us here. So if you're into the spinal rocking, chin to chest, and we're going to rock up and rock back. Nice gentle movements. Good. Again. And we're just going to take one more and come up. Okay, good. Sit with the knees over to your right side. So your left knee is in towards the arch of the right foot. And see if you can get the shin nice and straight in front of you there. Inhale those arms up and stretch your spine. Pull that spine all the way up. Deep breath in and out. Float those arms in front. Let them touch your mat. And walk those fingers out. Push the tailbone back and stretch that spine forward. Drop the chin down slightly. So the traction of your palms on your mat is going to push that buttocks back and keep the spine stretched here. So we're really getting into the base of the spine. We're opening up that area. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. So notice that the chest is high, the face is high. We're not bending all the way down to the ground today. I hope you all notice that and you're just following along here. We lift that sternum up away from the belly button and stretch forward. And then slowly come back up to center. Good. Take a breath. Your left hand is going to go across to that right knee. The right hand is beside you. And we're going to take a little tiny twist here. So lift up your spine. Take a breath as you exhale. Just about a quarter to half twist around to look towards that right side. And slowly come back to center. Let us change your feet. So scoot the buttocks over to your right side first. Drop your knees over to the left. Now the right knee is by the arch of the left foot. And you're at a slight angle here. Good. Inhale those arms up. Exhale and stretch those arms all the way out. Keep your back nice and straight and flat, hinging from those hips. So again, the traction of the palms on your mat. You can push out buttocks back and notice the stretch there in the base of the spine. Chin is slightly down, neck is long. Lift that sternum up away from that belly button and keep pressing back. Breathing in and out. Notice if the side feels a little different to the side you just did. And that's fine. That's how our body works. One side is usually a little bit different to the other side. So just notice and let go the thoughts. So make sure that you're breathing here and you're stretching. And then we're going to walk up back to center, taking your time, stacking one vertebra on top of the other. And then now your right hand goes to the left knee. The left hand is beside you. And just take a little bit of a twist, quarter to half twist here. Dropping the shoulders down, lifting that sternum. Deep breath in, right up that spine. Breathe up that spine. And come back to center. Okay, from here, taking your time, you're going to come over into table position. Those of you who need padding for your knees, you know that you can fold your mat or have your little blanket or towel under your knees. So the knees should fall over right down in line with the hip. Open your fingers nice and wide, spread them. I'm going to make fists because I have that issue with my bones here by the thumb. So you can go flat. So open, if you're flat, open those fingers nice and wide and press forward into the fingertips. Now lift up that chest and take that tailbone and that crown and stretch it away from each other. So the top of the head going to the front of the room and your tailbone to the back. Breathe here, nice soft breath. Okay, take your right leg and stretch it out, keep it on the mat. Walk your left hand out. Now this is very important. When you lift your right leg up, make sure that your hips are in line with each other. So do not raise that right hip up. Drop it down and let it be in line with your left hip bone. You can choose to raise just the leg alone. If you'd like to, you can raise your left arm. And we're in a balancing posture here. So the idea here is to stretch that arm and that leg away from each other. Stretch your crown and the tailbone away from each other. And just hold it there. Hips are squared to the mat. Breathe now. Your neck is nice and long here, okay? So tailbone and crown away from each other. Leg and arm away from each other. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Release the hand only. Take your right leg and slide it over to the left side. Stay centered in the top of the body here. Lift that leg back up and take it out to the side. Just slide it to the side. Lift it up and take it to the side, and let's take it across. And up and out to the side. Bring it back and release it. Take some little circles with the tailbone and reverse it. And let's go for the other side. So get back into that position where the knee is under the hip. Take a breath, lengthen the spine, draw your left foot out, walk your right hand. Take a breath, lift that left leg up, square your hips to the mat. No lifting of that left hip. Take your right hand up if you choose to. Stretching the arm and the leg away from each other, crown and tailbone away from each other. And breathe now. Nice breath. Breath is really important here. Ooh. Paying attention to your feelings and your sensations here. Now we're going to release the right hand to the mat. Keep the left leg up there and just swing it over to the left, to the right, sorry, left foot to the right. And take it out and take it over to the side of the mat. And swing it back over to the right. And back up and over to the side. And center. And release. Now we're going to take a puppy stretch. So I'm going to walk back away from the top of my mat. Stretch your arms all the way out. Walk them out. Open those fingertips. Open those fingers. And then we're going to press back. If you need a block or a cushion or something under your forehead, go ahead and place it there. And then come back to this nice puppy stretch here. So when you get there, when the forehead touches whatever you're allowing it to touch, whether it's a book, a block, or the mat itself, push your buttocks back away from the crown of the head there. So you're stretching that spine. Feel the stretch in the arms all the way up into the armpits. Relax and breathe, stretch, stretch, stretch. And then you're going to come onto your forearms and come down onto your belly. Ooh, nice. How is the body feeling, everybody? Oh, it's so good to do these stretches. So we want to walk the elbows back underneath those shoulders. Press down into your pelvic triangle. Take a breath. As you exhale, you're going to lift your spine up and just try to get the chest stretched out a little bit more in front of you. Drop the chin slightly down, shoulders away from the ears, and just pull your shoulder blades down into your spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we're going to come onto the chin and then slide your hands a little bit further down your body, but stay on your forearms. Preparing for the Sphinx pose. This is very good for strengthening the back muscles, which we all need. So as you press down into your pelvic triangle, press into your hands, you're going to lift up your face and your sternum. Slide your shoulders down your back and then point your nose a little further to the mat. So your neck is nice and long. Shoulders are sliding down that back. And then come down onto the chin once more. Take a breath. If you need to bend those knees and windshield wipe the feet, go ahead. Taking this in little stages. So again, we're going to press into the pelvic triangle, press into your forearms. Take a big breath. As you exhale, lift up your face and your sternum. Then you drop the nose down a little bit. Squeeze those shoulder blades into your spine. So you're lengthening the front of your body. And we're just hovering above the mat, breathing in and out. And slowly release. Okay, we're taking it a step further. We're going to take the hands off next time. So press down into that pelvic triangle again. Take a breath. Face comes up. Sternum comes up. Point your nose down to the mat. Squeeze those shoulder blades into your spine. And then you're going to pick up your hands about 2 inches off the mat. Bringing your elbows in a little bit to the side body. Hovering there. Breathe in. And release all the way down. Beautiful. Very good for the back muscles. Need to strengthen them up. So we're going to do 2 more like this. So let's prepare again. Press into the pelvic triangle. Press into the hands. Lift up the face and the chest a little bit off the mat. Pull the elbows into your side body as you lift those hands up. And breathe. Stretch here. And release. 1 more to go. Take a break. Take a moment. Bend the knees. Windshield wipe the feet. As we prepare for the last one here now. So back into the pose. Take a breath. Pelvic floor muscles lifted. Press down into your pelvic triangle. Lift the head. Lift the sternum. Lift your arms. Squeeze those elbows in. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And lower down. Okay. Just slide your hands in like a cactus position in front of up here and by your face. And then slide your right knee up towards that right elbow like this. Just stay here and breathe. You can turn the face from one cheek to the other. I like to be on my chin because the neck is sensitive. So I'm going to just stay just like this, but you can choose. Follow that breath in and follow it out. Try to relax everybody, that hip area, especially in that right hip. No tension in there. Breathe it out. And then just slide that right leg out and take it back around to meet the left. And then we do the same thing on the other side. So draw that left knee up towards that left elbow. If the neck is bothering, you can always take your right hand and rest it underneath that cheek like this if you like. Find a way that makes you feel comfortable. It's all about you, your needs. And connect to that breath. Okay, I'm going to slide that leg out and bring it back around to meet the other leg. And then keeping your arms nice and wide, maybe up the outside edges of your mat. You're going to press down into the palms and just lift yourself up in a little cobra here. Not too high. Don't come up too high today. We're staying halfway here. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Come down. Curl those toes under. Push yourself up. Walk your knees in. And then something else that's really good for the base of the spine, the sacrum, is the squat position. So you're going to come up, roll your toes under. Now, you have the option, everybody, to put something under those heels like this. Walk your feet away from each other. Come up a little further. All right, so you have something here. You can do, I'm just using 1 block, but you can use 2. So this is an option. We want to lift up that spine. So what we're doing here is we're floating that tailbone, that sacrum area, all the way down. And then we're lifting up inside here. So we're really getting a nice stretch there. We're opening up the body. So you can do this if you like, or you can even sit. Look at this. You can sit on something like so. You're getting that same gravity feed there. All right, so you have the options. So go ahead and lift up that sternum now, shoulders down, breathe, breathe, breathe. You may take your arms and gently push those thighs out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a breath. You're going to come down onto the hands and lift yourself up. Walk your feet in towards each other and ragdoll your way to standing. Okay. Take a breath. We're going to inhale those arms up. Take a nice stretch here. Exhale, bend those knees and fold forward here. Take hold of opposite hands, bend your knees. We're opening up again the base of the spine there. So you want to lengthen that spine, no rounded spine. So you're lifting up out to the base of the spine. Hold those elbows. Breathe here. So keep lifting that tailbone up. Stretching inside this area here. Okay, we're reaching the hands down onto the mat. Come back into table position. And this time we can choose to go into child's pose. So walk your knees away from each other. Big toes touch. Push your buttocks back towards the heel and walk your hands out there. Or you have the option of going back into puppy stretch. So if you're a child, you want to stretch that spine as much as you can. So keep inching those hands out. Come down onto your forehead or put something under the forehead to support it. And push that buttocks back to the heel. And stretch inside there now. Feel it in the hip area. Okay, we're going to come back up and lie back onto the belly. So come back onto your tummy. This time you lie all the way down. Stretching your arms out in front. Pick up your right foot and stretch it out behind you. Left one and stretch it way out there. Stretch your arms away out as well and rest on your chin. Now we're going to do the one where we take the right foot off the mat a little bit and the left hand and release them back down. Okay, so let's start. Right leg, left arm up. Take it down. Do not lift it too high. Barely brush your mat. So left eye, right hand and down. And go at your own pace now. Just go alternating right leg, left arm, left leg, right arm. Keep going. If you notice, I'm barely lifting the leg and the arm off the floor, but I am stretching it. This is one of the exercises that I really have to do when my back starts to act up on me. So keep going. Keep stretching the arm and the leg away from each other. One more set. And release the hands. Slide your hands right down beside your body, fingers pointing to the ankles. Pressing into your pelvic triangle. You're just going to raise that right foot up off the mat from the hip crease to the toe, not too high up, and stretch it out there behind you. Notice when you do that, that the left hip bone comes off the mat a little bit, so I'm inviting you to press your left hip bone down into the mat. Sometimes we use the fingers underneath those hips as little gauges. So if you want to do that today, you can. And release that right foot down. So if you want to experiment, put your fingers, index finger and the finger next to it on your hip bones, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So when you take your left foot up off the mat, notice that the right hip comes off those fingers. See, I can just take them out. So from there, you want to press that right hip down into those fingers. So now, see, I can't drag them out. See the difference? Wow. And release it. Let's go for the other side again. As you lift up that right thigh, press down into that left hip. And release it. Lift the left leg up, press into that right hip. And release it. Last one. And release it. Bend your knees, windshield wipe the feet. And then we're going to grab onto the ankles. Take a breath. As you exhale, you're going to lift up your chest just a little bit off the mat. Point your nose down. Squeeze those shoulders back. And you're just barely lifting those thighs up off the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. And slowly release. Windshield wipe those feet. And we're going to press up once again. Walking your knees in. And we're going to sit with the legs extended. Let me sit this way, close to the mic. All right, so we sit with the legs extended. If you'd like to put a little cushion or roll a towel under those knees, go ahead. In fact, we're going to bend that right knee into the inner left thigh. So you can put a little support underneath that left knee. Another option would be to put the right foot underneath that left knee. All right? So you can choose which one you'd like to do. And then we move the flesh away from those sitting bones, plug them in. Inhale both arms up, lift up that spine. Make it nice and long here. Coming forward with the arms. Notice I'm not going forward like this. I'm still here, but the arms are out here. And then relax the hands down. Wherever they reach, let it stay there. Lift up your spine and you're hinging from those hips as you come forward just a notch or two. Shoulders are back, lift that sternum up. Bring that soft smile to your face, everybody. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep stretching, feel the stretch coming all the way up that spine. So we're not into this today, okay? We're just right here. And release this side. Let's go for the other one. So stretch your right leg. You have that option to put the left foot under that right knee. Move the flesh away from those sitting bones. Plug them in, lift up, nice and tall. Arms up here. So you're sitting up. You can also use something under this thigh here. Come forward with the arms, nothing else. Reach your arms down to wherever they reach. If you have shorter arms than I do, they might reach here. If you have longer arms, it might reach further down. So nothing changes in this part of the body. Lift up, take a breath. As you exhale, you're hinging from the hips and just moving forward 2 notches. And stay there, lifting up that spine, drop the shoulders down. Breathe now. And release. Soles of the feet together. And just hinge forward from the hips. Take your elbows and press those knees down. Lift up your spine. Lift, lift, lift. Lift it all the way up. And release it. We're going to come down onto our back. So come towards the bottom of your mat. And lie back onto your back. So when you've come down onto your back, you want to walk your heels in towards your buttocks. Roll those shoulders down away from the ears. Breath in and out. Okay, walk your heels in towards the buttocks. Shoulders down away from the ears. We're going to go up into the full expression of the bridge now. So press into the feet, press into your hands, pull up through your core, take a breath as you exhale, press down and lift the buttocks and spine up. You can lift the hips a little higher this time, perhaps. Maybe you want to stay just as you did in the beginning. It's up to you. And draw those knees out there. Make sure you're pulling those knees to whatever is out there in front of you. And lift up nice and high. Squeeze that buttocks. So you don't want to roll that tailbone up towards the ceiling. It's just nice and flat. Breathe now, nice soft breath in and out. From here, we're going to take the arms up now, together. Don't let one leave the other, right up. Good. Pull those fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then from here, you're going to drop the shoulders down towards the mat and turn your palms to face each other. Pulling the shoulders down into your mat, reach your fingertips up. Lift those hips, draw those knees out there. Deep breath. Breath in and out. Flow those arms slightly back behind you, just maybe to your temple or your ears, and stretch again, making sure you're really getting a good stretch here. So the arms are reaching back, but your knees are reaching forward. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Bring the arms back up. Turn your palms down and float those arms together back to your mat. Good. Take a breath. You're going to come down back onto that spine and that buttocks. Let's drop down onto it. And breathe. Okay, arms out to the side. You're going to just do some little knee swings here. So take the legs up towards the thighs. And you're just going to go slightly over to one side, very slight, like this. And come back up to center. And then slightly over to the other side. And center. Using the breath with the movement. So inhale to start that movement. Slightly over. Coming back to center. And slightly over to the other side. Let's do 2 more sets. Center. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale over to the other side. Exhale, center. 1 more set. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, center. Just pull the thighs slightly to the chest. And then take the feet back to the mat. You're going to extend your left leg out on that mat. And then take your right thigh up towards the chest. We're going to circle that right thigh to get into the hip joint. So drop it out to the side, circle it around, come over to the left and back up into the chest. So let's do 3 in one direction. Count your own 3 because we might be all going at different paces here. When you're on the 3rd one, when your thigh comes to the chest, that's when you reverse it. So count 3 in the other direction. Good. And then release that leg down. Just slide it out there. Take a moment, take a breath. Take your left thigh to the chest or the other side, whichever side you're doing now, and let's begin. So you take it out to the side. Circle it around, cross over to the right and back up into the chest. So again, you're going to count your own 3 in one direction. And then when the thigh comes to the chest on the 3rd one, you're going to reverse that movement. And release that left leg down to meet the right. And take your arms behind you and stretch your body here. Big stretch. And release the hands beside you. Take a moment here. Breath, drawing those shoulders down away from the ears. Just a little time. Good. I'm going to get ready for a few minutes of relaxation here. So slide your heels and your feet away from each other. Let your toes just flop open. This also helps your back. Slide the shoulder blades down away from the ears. Shoulders and shoulder blades right down. Your arms are out to the sides as well. You can turn your palms up or down, whatever you prefer. Take a nice big deep breath in, fill up your lungs. Exhale it out with a sound. Now, before we get into the relaxation part, I just want to do a little breath thing here with you. So follow along with me. You're going to take a big deep breath in for 4 counts. You're going to hold the breath for 7 counts. And you're going to inhale the breath for 8 counts. And I'm going to do 3 sets of that. All right? Understand, everybody? So let's go. We're going to inhale for 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody got that? Let's go again. Inhale quickly. 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale. 4 counts. Right up. Hold it there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then start to let it out slowly for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax some more now. Just release and relax. If there's any pressure on your back or your hips or anything, you can always bend your knees or place something underneath those knees. Just release your body to gravity. Relaxing the face, the jaw joint, the neck and the shoulders. Relax your arms, fingers and toes, belly, chest, hips, buttocks, thighs, knees. Slowly begin to awaken the body. Begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Begin to stretch your body. When it feels right for you, you may roll onto your side and hold yourself in a fetal position. Press into your top hand, extend your top leg, and make sure that you're pushing yourself up from the side of your body to come back around into your comfortable seated position. Pull the flesh away from the sits bones, plugging them in, reaching the crown to the ceiling. Lift that sternum up. Feeling the effects of the practice today and acknowledge the benefits. May we all be peaceful and at ease. May we all be well. May we all be filled with loving kindness. And may we all be happy. Adi Om. Shanti, Shanti, peace. slowly open your eyes. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much.